What is up, guys? We are back again with another video discussion, and in today's video we're going to talk about the concept of, do you actually have to be perfect to get results? Because this is kind of something that a lot of people feel beholden to, we'll say. A lot of people feel that they actually have to be perfect to get any results. If they're not perfect, they might as well not even try. You know, there's no in between. There's that kind of all or nothing type mindset where if you're not 100% perfect, you're not 100% on the diet, or you're not 100% invested in the training, there's no point doing it at all. You know, I'd rather just sit at home eating a bag of Doritos than, you know, maybe not eating perfectly every single meal. Like, people kind of go, oh, I had my breakfast perfect, my lunch was a bit off track, so fuck dinner, I don't care, I'm going to eat whatever because I'm off track now. You know, people have that mentality. And the thing about it is, you don't even have to be near perfect to actually get results. You know, progress is still progress, even if it's only a small amount of progress. Even if it's only one step forward, that's still one step forward, you know? And a lot of people kind of follow people on social media, see their friends or whatever, and kind of get this idea that you have to be perfect with your diet setup, with your training, to actually get results, you know? But like, perfect, it just doesn't exist. Like, no one is perfect. You may find that you binge eat twice a week, but this person that you're saying, oh, they have a perfect diet, you might find that they actually binge eat once a week, you know? But the fact that they are doing it less often than you makes their setup look more perfect, you know? So you do have to take the whole thing in context and realize that perfection just doesn't exist. I can guarantee you, all those social media fitness influencers that you follow, their diets aren't perfect. Their training most certainly is not perfect. You'll see it. Like, you'll see people recording themselves in the gym. They have an awesome physique. Maybe they're like an IFBB pro or whatever, and you're looking at their training going, that training is awful. You're just getting by based on your genetics or just the fact that you're showing up to the gym, you know? So you don't have to be perfect. Having said that, obviously the goal is to slowly trend towards a better diet and trend towards better training practices, whether that's your execution of exercises or your actual training program setup, you know? So a lot of people just need to kind of accept where they are and then realize that they don't have to be perfect right now, but they should be identifying the key areas that are holding them back. Perhaps it is binge eating, like I said earlier on. You know, addressing why that happens. Why is that pulling you off track? Or maybe it is that kind of all or nothing mentality that you have, and you're kind of like, oh, I didn't have lunch perfect. Like, why couldn't you get back on track with dinner? You know, so you kind of have to address the biggest things that are holding you back, and then move your diet, move your training towards that better ideal. But yeah, keep it in mind, guys. Perfection, it's a fantasy. It doesn't exist. There's always going to be someone with a better diet than you. There's always going to be someone with a better training setup than you. There's always going to be someone with better exercise execution than you. So don't worry too much about actually achieving perfection. Rather, worry about assessing what's the main thing holding you back right now. What is the one thing, if I said, let's change it today, what's that thing that's going to take you, you know, light years ahead of where you are right now? That's what you should be focusing on, rather than this ideal of perfection. You know, it's never going to exist. You might find that at certain times you do have a better diet than at other times. You might find your training is going really well at certain times, but you have to take it all in context that perfection never lasts. You know, so you might have the perfect setup right now, but life is going to kick you in the balls at some stage and you're going to be pulled off track. So don't necessarily look for perfection, look for progress, because that's what you're actually after at the end of the day. You know, if this search for perfection is actually holding you back, then you need to fucking let that die. You need to let that part of your ego, your mindset actually die, because that is what's holding you back from actually achieving your goals and actually progressing long term. Okay? So again, perfection doesn't exist. Yes, you can have a better diet setup. Yes, you can have a better training setup, but there's always going to be a better than what you're currently doing. So fuck this idea of perfect. It just does not exist.